Welcome to the video for thedigitallife.com. Let's have a new piece of Korg gear to look at here. This is the Korg Wavestate Module. So Wavestate's been around for a couple of years now, and sort of the brother product to the Modwave, which I hear, which I've done loads of sound packs for. I really love the Modwave, love the way that you can do the sound design on it. It's related to it, it's got the same samples on it and the same filters on it actually, but it's all about how you can do wave sequencing with the Wavestate, kind of reminiscent of the Wave Station, which was a classic synth from the late 80s, early 90s, and a lot of those principles have been brought into here. So in this video I'm not going to demonstrate too much about the actual sounds because there's a lot of Wavestate videos in there. I will do a separate video on that though, but in this I just wanted to look at how it's packaged, the rack module of it, because it's the first time I played with the rack version. So here is the module itself. So if I compare it to the Modwave, you can see it's pretty much the control surface of the Modwave. Of course there's a Modwave rack as well, which is that size. So you can see there. So the reason I went for the rack version, I don't need any more keyboards. I've got a Keystage, polyphonic aftertouch and all that, which is going to be what's combined with that. So a lot of people have asked about the ports on the back, how that would fit in when you rack mount it like that. Well, you see they're recessed in so that you can plug cables into it. Now whether you would need, if you've got it in a rack with something above it, whether you would need a right-handed one, let's check it out. See, that is just sort of peeking over the top of it. But in a rack with a lot of stuff above it, it's a bit tight, so I would guess you would better with a right-handed or an angled cable, which I've got some of those as well, which would be much better in the rack. It's not going to be a problem for me. For now it's going to go on the desk, but if you were stacking a few of those, you might want a bit of space. Say you've got the Modwave rack and the Op6 rack. So the ports on the back, we've got the outputs, stereo, headphone, damper pedal, USB and MIDI in and out, no through or anything like that, and then power. So it looks like from reading the manuals you can take these ears off, these rack mounting parts. There's 4 screws there which you can take off and just take these panels off, so you don't have to have the rack mounting side on it. I think I'll probably leave those on for now. So let's talk about the actual panel, front panel now. I'm used to these controls from the Modwave, the sort of rubberized plastic on them. I don't have any issues. I know some people don't like them, but it's fine for me. So it is like a plastic feel, and of course you've got a metal joystick on there. So this comes from the Wave Station, which had one of these, which itself came from the Prophet Vector synthesis, where all this Wave State technology, Wave Station technology kind of came from. Another thing that's slightly different to the keyboard versions, the power switch has been moved over to the front here. On the Modwave it's on the back there. I think it's the same on the Wavestate, the keyboard one that's over on the back. Obviously they moved that because if you've got it rack mounted you can't fit that in. I mean, I think this would be nice if you can imagine a few of that. You can get all 3, the Op6, the Modwave and that all rack mounted like that. That's going to be a pretty cool system. So for me it's going to be used as a desktop type synth for now. So what I'm going to do now, I'm going to check the firmware, see whether we need to do a firmware update, and just briefly try it out, and then I'll do a separate video when I've had some time to spend with it. So I've just downloaded the Korg system data. I'm just going to let that update and then I can do the firmware update. So there you go, see, it's picked up my Modwave, which is actually up to date, and the Wavestate module. So the current version is 3.15. The version that ships is 3.15. I'm going to put 3.18 on it. So once that's updated, I'm ready to go. So the Wavestate is set up on here at the desk, and I've got it MIDI'd up to a Keystage 49, which supports polyphonic aftertouch and MIDI property exchange. So you can see here it's displaying the patch name of the synth that's on there, and I can go through the dial and walk through the patches on there. It actually goes through the set list. And also, as it's doing property exchange, these controls have got real-time control over the wave state and display the patches that it's changing, or the parameters that it's changing. So differences between this and the original wave state: this is 120 voice polyphony, of 60 was the original, so it's got double the polyphony. It's exactly the same as the Wavestate SE and the Wavestate Mark II. The same voices on there. There were some things in the original one that got updated, like free running LFOs. That's available across them all as a sort of software update. So I'm just going to go through some of the patches. I don't want to do a full walkthrough of all of them. There's plenty out there, and this is really what this is great for. Is rich, evolving pads, but also sequencing, because it's got great sequencing, and you don't have to use it for pads. Then you can also have samples in there. So, for example, this Akai one is one I imported through the sample builder. So you can bring your own samples into it, which is what I've got. And I've got whole sample packs. I've got some Fairlight ones, I've got some Akai ones as well. Like this one, for example, Train to Berlin. You can hear the individual parts going through there because we're using multi-layers. We're using multiple parts for the layer and multiple sequencing, and then you've got the performance controls to go with it. Here they affect the timing. Here we can affect the pitch. This one is one I made within sort of 10 minutes of playing around with, which is a sort of evolving pad. As you can hear that sort of twinkling effect in there. It's not just about samples, you've also got multiple filter types. You've got Poly 6 filter, you've got an MS-20 filter, you've got a high pass. There's 2-pole and 4-pole high pass filters. There's band pass filters in there, there's band reject filters in there, and there's combination of filters. So especially if you use the software editor, you can do all sorts of different filter effects. And of course you can use the sequencing to change the filter, so that gives you a massive amount of movement within the sounds. Sounds like that sort of take me back to those wave station pad sounds that you got. This is kind of inspired from. So here you can hear one with the full kit in, going through it, and again we've got all the real-time controls for it. So finally I'm going to finish off with this one, Ski Jam 2. There was a Ski Jam in the original Wave Station, which is an excellent sound. This has very much the same thing, but a lot more complex, and you've got a lot more control over it. So that is a quick look at the Wavestate unboxing. I'm going to spend some time with it, and I'll be able to create some sound packs on it. If you've got a Wavestate, I have got a couple of packs available already. There's an Akai X73 and there's a new Fairlight one as well, so you can get those original classic 80s Fairlight sounds straight into your Wavestate. I've got videos and all that on our YouTube channel, Please like and subscribe if you do like the videos, and I'll produce a lot more content for the Wavestate soon. Thanks for watching.